Hello everyone and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. Today I'm looking at Bark Jack. It's a Twitter account, an account on X. Seasoned PR people, allegedly. You occasionally get bits of royal gossip. And I'm reading on their bits of royal gossip today. And today in this reading I'm using the Cute Ghost Tarot, which most of you know means I'm reading on children, royal children, in this case Archie and Lily, particularly Lily. There we go. And Bark Jack is talking about DNA and possible reasons for the Invisi kids not visiting the UK so far or more frequently. As far as we know, Lily went to the UK for that one occasion for the Platinum Jubilee. She was allegedly there at Frogmore Cottage, although there's lots of speculation that many of the photos, if not all, were photoshopped. So there's rumor, there's speculation around that one very brief appearance when she was very, very young. And I'm interested in this story about DNA testing because it follows on from my readings yesterday about potential downfalls for Harry and Meghan. And it popped up in one of the readings about birth certificates, registration details, things like that, that might cause them some trouble. And I wasn't specifically looking for that, but it came up in the energy. And then lo and behold, this Bark Jack account on X has this to say. And I'm quoting, number 2, meaning Lily, must DNA test. This is all a quote from this X account. When H brings kids, it's not just to visit Pa. A previous investigation seeking DNA proved futile, and then in brackets revealed now. As the firm is transparent with Harry about these requirements, Harry now knows, especially if his kid's inheritance is involved, a closing bracket. This is the biggest scandal to hit the royal family in a century. Also, I found out Markle deep cleaned Frogmore herself. Interesting, don't you think? Sometimes what they print is completely made up, wild speculation. This could be completely made up, wild speculation. We're going to test it with tarot. We are going to ask if the royals have suspicions about Lily and whose DNA she actually carries. This is not line of succession of the body stuff, by the way. We're talking about inheritance and stuff like that. Family stuff more than official royal line of succession stuff, as far as I can gauge from this, in case you're wondering. So we're going to ask what the royals suspect. We're going to ask if there was a previous attempt to get DNA. They were saying from combs, cups, things like that. I left that little bit out of the quote. I'm going to ask if Pa told the has-been at that meeting, bring the kids over. I want DNA testing. I want official paperwork. We heard rumours, sustained rumours over many years now, that the royals have asked for certain documentation from Harry and Meghan about the children, and none of it has been forthcoming. I'm going to ask how the has-been felt, if indeed this was told to him. I'm going to ask what Harry and Meghan might be hiding. We're going to say hypothetically hiding. Did Meghan do a deep clean? Is this a scandal that's about to blow? And what will the outcome be if it does? So that's what we're reading on now with the Cute Ghost Tarot. I think we've got the energy we need. I'm going to shuffle that back in like this. And we do need to remind you that this is tarot and it is for fun and entertainment, and it is all my opinion and it is all wild speculation. I read energy of rumors and gossip and things like Bark Jack on X to see what I can see, and there is of course a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and please do your own investigations and form your own conclusions. Let's see what the Cute Ghost Tarot has to tell us about this alleged DNA testing requirement, the deep cleaning of Frogmore Cottage. scandal that's about to blow, possibly, allegedly, any of those things will do. Oh yeah, we have the stress card as our underlying energy. Worry, worry, worry. The 9 of blades, 9 of swords, nightmares, sleepless nights, tossing and turning. What am I going to do? Oh dear, help. It's in reverse. There's a way out of the stress if you just listen to Pa and you do what Pa tells you to do. And there might have to be some huge mea culpaing. And poor Hasmin had no idea that this was going on because he is a bit thick, even Mummy Diana said. I can see it in the energy reading. I get these little scenarios that play out. It's how I read cards. And that's what's coming to me from that 9 of blades. There's a way out of this mess if you just listen to Pa. A lot of speculation that Pa's meeting was about the Invictus Games and paving a way for perhaps possibly Pa to go to the Invictus Games in 2027. This tells me, this little scenario I've got tells me that there is energy around the Spark Jack rumor that possibly a bit of this got aired in that meeting. Might have been just a little bit awkward. And we did see that face of Sunder. Well, it wasn't a face of Sunder. It was a distressed face as he left. And he left. They had set up the entrance and exit for easy pap shots, clear pap shots, and that was not a happy face that left the meeting with Pa. Heart of this reading, what are we dealing with? We have fortune in reverse, called fate in this particular tarot. The wheel turns, it grinds, and Harry is under the wheel because the wheel is in reverse. Bad timing, bad luck, a setback, a massive setback. If he went off all jolly to the UK to trot about and remind everyone of what a happy prince he was, and well, there's a reversal of fortune that might not have seen coming. That might have been made clear to him. If you want back in, this is what you have to do. I'm speculating wildly, of course. What do the royals suspect? Possibly, allegedly, all of that stuff. What do they think? Oh, we've got the creator. Why goodness, in reverse, it's the magician who literally creates out of nothing. That is a big card in that position. It's trickery. It's the trickster, the magician in reverse, the creator in reverse. That what was created, a child, a daughter, might have been created in a tricky way. That's literally reading that card the way, in a most basic way. I'm not getting fancy at all with my interpretation. That's what's coming through. It's a conjuring act, using everything at their disposal, at the Parkles' disposal: money, imagination, wit, strategy, manipulation. I'm going through cups and pentacles and swords and wands and all that stuff, and that's where I'm getting those words from. So, have they tried before to get DNA to test number 2, as she's described in this Bark Jack account? Have they tried previously, the royals? Queen of Sticks. That's Meghan's energy. That tells me that if they were thinking, she was thinking faster and smarter and outwitting or preventing, because that's her and her dominant kind of energy of being very powerful, very charismatic, very proactive. The Queen of Sticks, wands, isn't shy, doesn't hang back and don't mind me. Busy doing what she wants to do. And so I think that if they tried, they were prevented. They were prevented by spin and machinations and things like that, because it's sitting under the creator in reverse, that Queen of Wands. So that's her energy that's coming through, and it's coming through as manipulative and blocking for me as an energy reader. And I will say, again, this is all my opinion and speculation. So did Pa sit has been down over that cup of tea and the chocolate biscuit cake and say, listen, darling boy, this is what you need to do? Any of that? Oh, I've got the 5 of Cups. That's great sadness in there and regret. That's not a happy king. And if it was said to Harry, it would have been said in the context of, I don't know who this child is. I possibly, and I'm getting a scenario which I'm going to paint for you. I am not well. I don't have much longer on this mortal plane. Could be months, years, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. No one knows. And if I am making bequests and things like that, we know the king's estate goes fully to his heir, who is William, but he can, of course, make personal requests and set up trust funds and things like that. If he wants to do this for these children, say for their education or property, give them property or something like that, how can he if he doesn't know who they are and where they fit in? And it's a source of great sadness. It wouldn't have been told in an accusing way. It would have just been, this is what I need to know, because this is about the kid's inheritance, according to Barkjack. How did Harry feel? Let's say allegedly. It suddenly got very dark. I've got the Queen of Coins in reverse. Queen of Coins is the wife at home, waiting, our influencer, our lifestyle influencer with Love Meghan, the Netflix cooking show. Cross. He's thinking, oh dear, I've got to tell her. That's what he's thinking. Worried about telling her. He has worry, the Nine of Blades, which is the underlying energy of this reading. So it sits under literally every card. How am I going to break this to her? That, by the way, you've done all this running interference and you cooked up the scheme allegedly, and I've got to break it to you that, by the way, your little nest egg for you Queen of Coins, you might be at risk here. And we've always speculated in this Megxit community, as it now seems to be called, we've always speculated long before Megxit that Meghan's one true aim was to have a mini-me, a Diana 3, that she could monetize. And a lot of people have speculated she's not that invested in poor Archie. She's all in with Lily, the golden child. This is losing the golden goose here for me as an energy reader with that Queen of Coins, that he's more worried about telling her than he is about his own kind of culpability. We know that his conscience is clear. He's told us that. So it's more about herself back in Montecito and what's going to happen. So what are Harry and Meghan allegedly hiding that is suspected? Well, what is going on? We just want to ask. We've got the Five of Blades here. This card's popping up all the time. It's the conflict card. It's interesting that there are 3 people in this Five of Blades. Normally there are 5 people in the Five of Blades, and it's about conflict, and it's about winning and losing, and it is a heavy defeat. If they thought that they were going to pull off some kind of scam, in my opinion, allegedly, they lost. They failed. They failed to outwit. Swords are your wits and strategies and intelligence and things like that. That's a loss. That they've somehow been, I think the energy of that card is telling, somehow been trying to cover up that they have failed at something, at some degree, in my opinion, of subterfuge. That is, of course, just my opinion. Did Meghan really deep clean Frogmore cottage herself? I can't imagine her putting on her rubber gloves and getting down on her hands and knees and scrubbing, but she might have hired a company to come in and do a deep clean. There are, of course, such services. Did something like that happen to eliminate any traces of Lily's DNA before they vacated the premises? Really? Balance, temperance. Temperance is, it's the angel of the tarot, as you can see, but I'm mesmerized by those cups being poured into each other, which is the blending of energies that temperance is about, balancing moderating, blending energy. It's blending energy. If you're blending energy, the distinguishing characteristics of each energy disappear, don't they? I'm personally, my opinion, reading that balance card as yes, she may well have done something like that. And it might have been presented as, oh, well, seeing as you're booting us out, I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to deep clean it. We're going to leave it immaculate for you. And that's very unlike the Parkles. I think they're scruffy and grubby. That's my personal opinion of them. Everything I've seen about the pair of them tells me that they are scruffy and grubby. And this would be an unusual step for her. We are going to leave it sparkling from the rooftops to the basement, and we'll clean out the chimney and we'll do whatever we're going to do. Chimneys, don't worry, we'll leave it sparkling. Balance card, temperance card. I think there is something in this story that, for me as an energy reader, is a scandal about to blow about DNA, and particularly number two's DNA. Anything like that going to happen? I got the Two of Cups. It's a breakup card. The scandal will blow when the two of them part company. And it could be, I know a lot of people are saying they're never going to divorce. And, I can see where they're coming from with that kind of thing. Never going to divorce. She's going to cling on for all she's worth because she's got nothing left. And it suits him to have her around because she's the evil genius behind all his plots and schemes, because he's not capable of cooking them up himself. But that's a separation card. If they separate, then part of the separation, this bombshell may well erupt. That's how I'm reading it. What would be the outcome? Just generally, just asking, seeing as Bark Jack, Ace of Cups. This is where the sorry energy comes through. I've been getting a little bit of a hint of an apology to the British public and possibly the Crown as well in Harry's energy. There it is. It's showing up for me again. I didn't know it was all her doing. She's the evil genius, the creator in reverse, the magician in reverse. I'm blameless. I'm innocent. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please accept my daughter anyway, if it is his daughter, and so on and so on and so on. That's how it's going to play out. I personally believe Meredith Main's probably writing the script already with the help of ChatGPT. My little bit of snark to end the day's readings. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.